Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Buchanan. Today I'll be talking about Chapter 6 of Leadership, a Communication Perspective. And today we talk about building your credibility and the aspects it takes into becoming an effective leader, and people that follow you need to you need to show those people how to why you're worth following. And so this chapter kind of goes into the different things you kind of need to look out for when you are building your credibility as a leader, and instilling confidence and hope into people for them to even want to follow you. So the first thing I'll go into is competence. Yeah, you want to have good confidence when you are managing people, because I mean, um, if you're not respectful and you don't know what you're doing, no one's going to take you seriously. And from the jump street, that just shows that you're not credible. And regaining that credibility is damn near impossible, because they're never going to take you seriously. If you don't establish that credibility, you are doomed from the start. And so I like how it also goes into trustworthiness. As a leader, you want your people to trust you, and I see that a lot as like I talked about in other videos about servant leadership and being someone that's down there and working with the employees, doing the hard work as well, instead of just pointing your finger and telling them to go do things when you wouldn't do it yourself. And one thing I do see is never tell someone to do something that you wouldn't do. But trustworthiness is a huge thing as well into building um, a company, and building your relationship with your employees, and really getting them to do the work that you need them to do. And I guess, for example, when there's a recession, huge corps like J.C. Penney and Tyco and Qualcomm, they earned over $50 million when in this recession, when other people struggled to find work and put food on the table, and these people were laid off from these companies, and that just completely destroyed their credibility of trustworthiness through their employers. And these people were basically just put out on their ass, and these guys just made a measly 50 million, which that's a lot of money, but for a corp like J.C. Penney, 50 million is it's just a drop in the bucket. Drop in a bucket. Another characteristic into being a effective leader is the dynamism, which this talks about dynamic leaders communicate confidence in their visions for the future. And so it talks about wanting to inspire your workers and basically give them a goal of what we're trying to do, what we're trying to accomplish. And if you can do that, then that's another I think that's another key step into establishing your credibility as a leader. Um, Not everybody's going to follow that. Some people just don't care, and it doesn't matter what you do. They're not going to be inspired by um, what the vision of the business is. And those are the people that usually don't make it very long. That's the people that have turnover rate, and that's okay. Of course, you want to sell basic things like, as far as building your credibility of your presentation of yourself. You don't want to look like a bum. You want to look good. You want to look clean shaven, showered, and ready to really handle any situation. You don't really want to look like you're not um, fit for the position. You want to always look your best and have a swagger about you, that you are the head motherfucker. And that goes more into the physical appearance and nonverbal behaviors. Of course, you always, like I just said, language. You don't want to talk. You don't want to use fancy words to step around about what you're talking about. You want to know exactly what you're talking about. You just want to say the words that describe it, instead of trying to get fancy and try to tiptoe around an idea or subject or what you guys are even doing. If you know what you're doing, talk about it, be about it, get it across the table. Message is heard, and people will follow that, and they will see you as a credible person. Discovering yourself, of course, you need to know yourself. You need to know what you're doing to even be a leader. People will see right through that. Um, Appreciate constitute. So you want to be able to connect with your employees, and you want to be able to manage diversity in the workplace and have inclusion for everybody. And no one's perfect, and there's people that's every day people have a difficulty with inclusion. People feel excluded, but as far as a leader, you need to have everyone included as best as you can, and have a deeper relationship with them, because what matters in their lives does matter. And I like what the a quote said in the beginning of the chapter about being a leader. Leadership is a serious meddling in other people's lives. So you're meddling in other people's lives when you're being a leader, and I think that's a great statement, because you need to be able to know who they are just from outside the workplace, and I think they would respect you for that, and you would respect them versus just seeing them as a piece of meat and getting them to do a job. I think that is another way that you cannot. That's another way that you can fail in trying to become a leader and establishing credibility. So that's really what the chapter was about, and I hope everyone enjoyed this video and have a great day. Thank you.